Well, aloha and welcome to your bubble and the life. Guys, once again, what I'm really trying to do here is start to offer you a much bigger perspective of what human design is. I know many of you have gotten your charts, many of you have been involved in human design for a long time, and some of these perspectives may not really have ever occurred to you. And it really will help you with the whole, there's nothing personal about this part of human design if you really start to get that you truly are just a bubble in space, guys. I mean, that's it. You're a bubble flying through space. Now, we have four different bubbles that make up the illusion that you exist. I mean, we do have four different types, but we've got the manifestor that's here to open the door. We have the generators that are, likened more to like the river of life, Lao Tzu's river. We have the projectors that are supposedly supposed to be guiding people, but we'll see how that works out. And then the reflectors, which are essentially supposed to measure the river, for lack of a better word. But again, guys, this all begins with self-verification. And it all really begins with you starting to see that you are not separate from all other life. You are part of this life, okay? And you are simply a single cell in the species human. And I know you guys all have your personalities connected to that, and I got my personality connected to it too, and that's a fucking dilemma, but we're gonna take a look at that. But if we could just take a step back, that's really John's trying to bring it to you from a more, acid tripped mystical view of, guys, this life is just happening. And it's been happening somewhere between 13 to 15 billion years. And I don't know what part any of you think you're in charge of. So, I mean, that's really my, if I have a gift, it's to try to get that part across to you. All right. So, each type has a very specific aura. And I explained this a bit to you guys last week, and I'm going to show you another slide here in a second. But this is the illusion, again, that you exist separate from all other life. It's roughly 12 feet in diameter. It's about double your arm length, okay? But guys, understand what we're talking about here. We're talking about billions of particles of stardust imprinting this little chip of information called DNA, which then creates millions of miles of differentiated material. And we're only really mapping the last 3 or 4% of the differentiation of human. That's what this is, okay? This is how we're here to be different than all other humans. Now, the only real problem with that, and where many of you are going to get stuck, is, guys, I mean, this is not homogenized at all. I mean, first of all, it's a trip to even come to grips with you don't really exist. You're just a frequency in space. I'm not asking anybody to swallow that pill today. It's a big pill. So, you can take your time with that one. But these are the mechanics to begin to self-verify, say, okay? And one of the things I really want to get clear, guys, is this is, being a good human, being a good mother, being a good father, being whatever anybody thinks, whatever your particular conditioning, social situations, has absolutely nothing to fucking do with differentiation. I lack almost no redeeming human values. I have integrity and I don't deal with bullshit. And if those are, integrity is my commodity, I mean, that is really me, okay? But in terms of being nice, being friendly, being whatever, I have none of that. I definitely have no supportive frequencies. I'm not here to hold your hands or get you a blankie. I'm not. So as you guys discover this, what the first thing you have to come to grips with was all these things we call not you. And later, you're going to have to come to grips with what that thing you really are is. And can you relax with that in your bubble and go, wow, this doesn't look like a very good human, but it sure feels good being me. Your mind may hate it. Your body is going to love it, which is all I care about anyway. again, guys, last week I started with, the bioform. The bioform is what you see as red in your chart, okay? This is just flying through life, okay? And what's represented in black in your human design chart is the potential of passenger consciousness, witness presence, awareness, if you would. Unfortunately, in the bioform being the yin, I mean, this is the life. All types, manifestors, manifesting generators, everyone. You guys are all waiting. You're waiting. Your body is yin. There's something that's there to move the bioform. That's not the thing that thinks it thinks. The problem is some of you are dealing with parts of you that are true, represented by the black, being pressured by the stuff that's not you and just flooding the neocortex into a distortion and getting the mind even more lost. So even understand, even if I could today remove every bit of conditioning from what we call that not self or egoic mind, the thing that thinks it thinks, the thing that thinks it's doing something, you'd still be fucking lost. The passenger is looking the wrong direction. It's not the passenger's life, it's the body's life. The passenger is here to become aware of this illusion and see that this is all just happening to it. Then slowly but surely, the mind, instead of the screaming like, what should I do with it? You start to relax. You start to learn to trust life. You start to not question what's happening. And you really just arise as the witness. I mean, that's all human design has to give you. And I understand that this may be in deep contrast to what you're being heard, what's being told or heard out there, and what human design has become. But I really want you to get it. You're just here to relax. I can't get you out of this bubble. And as I've tried to really make it clear, I mean, this bubble is just an illusion that you exist, period. And I understand that there's a personality involved here, and I'm probably going to upset a lot of personalities today, okay? But only not you can be injured. Only not you reacts. What's fixed in your chart is fixed, guys. I had a little moment with myself. I'm like, it's fixed, man. It's not broken. You're not broken. I'm so tired of hearing people think they're broken. And when, yeah, you're not broken. You're perfect. Your mind may be all fucked up, but welcome to the movie. All right. But if John Martin, being this whatever of human design, was pushed into a corner, okay, and I had to share only one thing with you guys. If there was only one mechanic that I could get to you, it would be, before anything, whether or not you're emotional, okay? This single mechanic, to me, is more important than aura. And all of this you're going to see is me just again and again trying to get you to self-verify it. Not to trust me, not to believe me, but to self-verify it. And before anything, you're either emotional or you're not, okay? And this planet so does not respect the emotional being. Everybody wants to know now what's going to happen. People want commitments, and this is an emerging intelligence within the human species. This is where we're going. And our society in general does not support it whatsoever. So we're going to start with that, because if I only had one, half the planet, only do what you feel. The other half, never trust how you feel. I mean, that's a big difference, guys. Do you see that? And the emotional people actually become, when they're not confused by what's happening in their solar plexus, they become almost like a weight, like Jupiter or something, like where it's, it really starts to hold down the matrix in a way. I mean, that's the feeling as a non-emotional being stepping into a real emotional frequency. There's something solid to it. So if you have the defined solar plexus, there is no truth in the now, okay? But you've got chemicals flooding your neocortex constantly hitting you. and telling you to think whatever. And then your mind makes up a reason. Oh, I'm happy because I'm this, or I'm sad because I'm that. And then you blame your partner, and then you kick your dog, and whatever, And the truth is, no, you're just emotional. The tide's going in and the tide's going out. I mean, it's just what to do, guys. And you learn to relax with that. And you quit worrying about how you feel. And to be quite honest, so many emotional people get this trip put on them that they're bad or whatever. It's like it has nothing to do with where you're at emotionally to me. It's whether or not you're on your emotional frequency, guys. I mean, if you're up, be up. If you're down, be down. But the dissonance for yourself and for everyone else is when you start trying to change that, and you try to pretend everything's okay when it's really not, man. It's okay. It's like a beautiful melancholic song, or it's like a beautiful happy song. I mean, it doesn't matter. But whatever your frequency is, be on your frequency. I mean, this is the strongest, most powerful motor, in essence, at least weighted awareness, emerging awareness center. I have to be careful that we have. Okay, but it's not clear. And it is just feeling through time what's going on, but it is the most important. Now, for the other half of us idiots, we're taking in everybody else's emotions, So the little kid that's happy, and we're like, blah, all, amped up on that. And, or somebody may be a little sad, and we take that deeply, deeply into our nervous system. So understand that, the emotional people, you want to help us? Learn to be emotional. But I actually don't give a shit if you care about me. I care about you. And if you learn to be emotional, you'll be healthy. And the people that like that frequency will be around you, and the people that don't, they'll be gone. But on the open emotional side, guys, since the time of birth, our nervous system has been bombarded. I mean, literally bombarded by chemicals that are going straight into our nervous system and accelerating our minds, thinking we should do something about it. And we always joke about the open emotional smile. It's like, hey, just be nice to me, man. Just don't hurt me. Be cool. And I've been doing this a long time. I mean, there are times where I command my face not to smile, and it still betrays me. I mean, it's so hardwired into the bioform, but I just laugh. I go, dude, my open emotions are betraying me right now. I'd be like, I'm smiling and that's not a real thing for me. So, it's not about making anything wrong, guys. It's becoming aware that we are all complete idiots and dumbasses. I mean, really. To see that we're not doing any of this, and you take any of this personally, you can go take a look at that, okay? Because only the truth hurts, guys. I mean, that's something you're going to learn here real quick. Only the truth hurts. Now, in the illusion, because we are talking about the illusion, right? I mean, the mechanics of the Maya, goddess of illusion, the illusion that we exist, billions of neutrinos, flooding particles, creating all life, solar system exploding. I mean, guys, if any of you take this, seriously, it's going to hurt. But in the illusion, we do have 4 different types. We have these generators, these fuzzy, buzzy, open, enveloping aura people. Now, if there's humans, and they're probably the closest to being whatever we would think of as human. They have an embracing aura and so forth, but that's very different than, the projector with this deeply focused, like penetrating microscope, just get right in your shit aura that I got, it's like, so I just stand back and watch most of the time, it's why projectors need to be invited. Manifestors, I mean, guys, manifestors are the densest of all creatures. I mean, their aura is dense. You can tell. Now, many of them are completely disconnected from that, and we'll look at that here in a second, but they are here to bring an impact. And the reflectors, the 1%, I mean, they really are just, I mean, they're a trip, man. They're just taking in little bits and pieces from everyone. But we've got these four different types in the illusion, and this is the beginning of differentiation, okay? Again, I would split it emotional, not emotional first, and then I would start to go down this list. I mean, this is where the self-verification begins. Just because we hand you a sheet of paper that says you are a generator, are you just going to believe that shit? I mean, how stupid are you? This is about self-verifying how this works for you, okay? And the second that you get it, you can decide how much more information you need. I mean, I have a deep fantasy of being a generator one day. I think all projectors do. Could I just be a bubble of energy that just regenerates because I do what I love? I mean, it sounds like so much fun, you fuckers. Okay, sorry. I have a deep love for them too, but they are a complete pain in the ass. The rest of them, yeah. So we have the manifestors again, making up roughly 8% of the population. These people are really here to tear the holes open, to put the dynamite in the dam, to blow a little hole. Then comes the generator. The energy's moving, through that opening or through that gate. And then, that's one of the jokes about what's going on over here. Now the projector, we're just like, okay, dude, I mean, I feel like I'm serving all the time. I'm serving humanity, okay? And again, the reflector making up about 1% of the population. And we'll take a look at that because, I can joke about the projector being alien, but the reflector, I'm not even clear if it's human. I'm still having issues with that one. Not that I don't work with a lot of reflectors. I don't want you to think that. It's just, yeah, you'll understand quickly why that's a dilemma for a guy that grabs you by your life force. So we start with the generator manifesting generator, okay? Guys, there's only one thing you need to self-verify this entire damn system for yourself. Who am I? What am I? What does it mean for my energy to regenerate itself and to constantly be in a state of sacral magic? I mean, you guys are like fairy dust. I mean, a generator that's on frequency, man, for a projector, someone that's open sacral like myself, that is not a generator, let me just say it that way because I know there's a lot of new people here. For a person that's not a generator, being around a generator that is on frequency is not unlike stepping into a deep forest. I think most people have a sense of it's like a life force. You can feel it. It's healthy, it's regenerating, but it's all who am I? And I actually like the term what is me better, but who am I works. It's for those of you that know self-inquiry, it was a whole spiritual teaching in 3 words, but for generators only, but 7 out of 10 is not bad, but apparently nobody did it. So here we are saying it again. Who am I? What am I? And what does it mean to regenerate and for my energy to constantly this is your commodity, guys. This is your cookies. Don't be giving your cookies away. I mean, when I see generators out there, it's hilarious, dude. They're just pushing their energy, blah, blah, blah. It's almost like a guy just standing there with a gas pump, just pouring gas on the ground to me. I'm like, hey, can I get a little of that, but you do what you love. You do what your energy loves. That has absolutely nothing to do with your minds, guys. Again, maybe your kid wants to go on a walk, but your energy doesn't. Maybe your boss has a deadline. Yeah, well, your energy doesn't. I mean, are you ready to walk this path? Are you truly ready to live in a state of response? Which means you're not pushing. You are the ultimate yin. your energy's already, your aura's pulling life towards you so that your energy can then verify for you what it's here to be used for. It can't get any simpler than this. You're going to see that these arrows are pointing everywhere but to the human I'm talking about next. So Ra went to his grave trying to explain this. So I guess I'm next. I mean, I don't know what to say. But guys, you guys are the builders. And people say that it's like, oh, we have to work. I was like, no, you get to use your energy doing what you fucking love. And every time you're not doing something that you love and you end up frustrated and you're not happy with what's going on, then you quit fucking doing it. How hard is that? I mean, really? Please help me here, guys. I'm assuming the people that are tuning into this are not tuning in to be told, well, this is this and that's that. You know, no, guys, you start to self-verify for yourself. My energy will answer every question. There's no question a generator can ask me that I can't say, what does your energy say? What the fuck does it say? Why are you asking me? Do I look like some sort of guru? I'm a projector. I have no idea what's good for you. That's the problem, though. You know, your mind wants to be a musician, but your body wants to be a butcher. You know, your mind wants fairies and your body wants war. I mean, what do you guys want me to tell you? I mean, or your mind wants war and your body wants to pick daisies. I mean, dude, there's a difference. And slowly but surely, through response, you can verify for yourself, wow, this is what the frequency of regeneration means. This is what it feels like to be satisfied and complete in my energy. And it answers every question. Who am I? And I still like what is me better, but, you know, I've bastardized human design enough that I'm trying to stick with a couple of the main keynotes. Now I'm a projector, okay? So my question is not who am I? I still don't know who John is, okay? My question is who the fuck are you? What the fuck is your trip? What's going on over there? And I'm deeply penetrating. And I can get right to your magnetic monopole, dude, and I can grab life force like no one's business. I mean, it is a martial art as a projector for me, for John Martin, in my experience. I grab someone by their energy and I just smack their mind around until they fucking get it. But I can't have many people in my life. I'm lucky if I can maintain relationships from 3 to 10. You know, and for me, it's more like 3 to 7. Right? I'm right about 5 or 7 people right now. And that's a stretch on little Johnny boy. And I just mean in my inner matrix that the generators, since the time I began, just showed up. These are just batteries. And I don't mean this personally to any of these wonderful generators that are helping me right now. But my life as a projector has just been interchangeable batteries. You know, I mean, I would sit on a bench for a few years and then I'd get carried along by a bunch of generators. And then I'd sit on a bench for a few more years and then boom again. And at this point, I know the movie. It's like, and I've been sitting on the bench for a few years again, and here we go again. You know, Manifestor builds studio, generators show up. John nervously has to teach again, you know? not even enough energy to care who's paying or not. It's just too confusing, okay? I'm doing what I love because I love it, okay? Do you get it? I do not waver. I carry no redeeming human qualities beyond integrity. And that is deeply in my design. I cannot hinder myself. I cannot waver. I had someone just a few days ago, I mean, they had 2 people on the island. They wanted to come pay me $600 for just a few hours, an hour and a half. But they wanted to come 2 at a time. I can't do 2 at a time. Do 1 at a time. Who the fuck are you? And I have a deep, deep personal relationship with this person, with that person, with that person, but it's very limited. There's a reason I'm not in social media, guys. And also, I really want to get this. A projector trying to figure out your chart is not a fucking projector. You see how they work. Then you start to see what animation of your life force is when someone really invites it and you animate. Oh, there it is. Oh, I get it. See, my whole body just lit up. I'm splenic. I just said the truth. There's an animation. Ra called it reacting, but Ra had called a lot of things. I like animation because that's what it feels like. Batteries come and I come to life in this frequency. And this frequency does exactly what it does, and then back in the box. My box happens to be Netflix, or books. I mean, it's not much. But I cannot let people in my life. I mean, to have someone that is unhealthy in your life, dude, is killing you. The second you even begin to suspect someone's not healthy for you, please cut them out of your life. I know how scary this is as a projector. I know how scary it is to wait for an invitation. I wasn't waiting for an invitation. I was just sitting on a park bench teaching surfing. And all this shit happened to me. So I'm not, I didn't even know wait for the, I was just waiting. I was just studying, but I was studying more how to get out of the mind, okay? And how I could see the not self agendas of other people's minds, and I could see whatever anyone thought was their problem wasn't really them anyway. I mean, my verification became by starting to see other humans. Yes, of course, after 17 years, I've learned plenty about my chart and forgot plenty about it. But supposedly, in some fantasy world, we're supposed to be the new leaders. We have no energy, so that's kind of an interesting predicament. Along come the battery generators, and I don't mean, guys, take the personal out of it for today. That's what I'm asking. Anybody taking any of this personal, just can it. Generators or batteries, you do what you love. If helping me happens to be something that is good for your energy, good for me, happy projector. If not, don't worry, I'll be under a palm tree. You can find me under the palm tree. I'm trying to get back under the palm tree. I've been trying for 20 years, okay? But we're not here to, we're not here to control or dictate. That was the world of the manifestor. That was a few hundred years ago when people were here to lead, the pharaohs, the kings, the people that told you what to do, that cracked the whip, fucking get to work. Okay, we're not in that time anymore, guys. We're not, okay? So I'm asking you to self-verify, and I'm asking you to self-verify beginning with your aura, period. And if you're a projector, really don't bother looking at your chart. I mean, you want me to slap you into shape, give me a call. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, but definitely don't be listening to anyone else, man. I mean, if you're a projector, you got to see how this works. And the only way you're going to figure it out is by seeing through yourself through the other. And slowly but surely, you'll start to know what your superpowers really are. So many projectors are running around like a lamp trying to get plugged in somewhere, lamp with a cord in its hand, I think Ross stole this one from me. That's what they look like to me. They're like, give me some energy, give me some energy. And it's like, no, dude, just take a chill. Because when it comes, man, it fucking comes. And then you're going to be wishing for the time off again. So your mind's never going to be happy. Anybody that's telling you your mind's going to be happy and all this is going to go away, well, look, if it all goes away for anyone, I want a refund. Because it hadn't gone anywhere for me, guys. My mind still tortures me. What does it really mean to be invited? I mean, it's a trip. Then we come to the manifestors. I mean, what are you going to do, guys? I mean, you guys are off the clock. Your aura is dense. It's hard to penetrate. I mean, I can get to you a little, and this is going to be my bigger joke with the reflectors, but that thing I can do with a generator or even another projector, which is just reach out and grab them by the life force. I mean, there is a frequency of life force I can pick up. But it is definitely different than the density of aura when you're dealing with either projectors or generators. The projector really does focus in, and the generator really does hug. The manifestor, and I so wish I was one. It's another fantasy I have. So I wouldn't have to wait to be asked to punch people. I could lay in a good punch, but who do I impact? That's what your question is, guys. Who do I impact? Again, the self-verification process is not sitting there diddling with your chart. And so many people want to diddle with their charts, like it's going to answer some question. No, who do you impact? What does impact mean? Via your authority, you will see that you're being moved, and over time, you may even start to understand a deep relationship between what your authority tells you to do and what it means to be manifesting on behalf of the program. And I want to be careful with this because I don't want you guys spinning out into the transits and all this stuff. But you do have a much deeper relationship. I mean, I wish I was a manifestor. You'd be so mean and nasty and not get hurt. Just slap people upside the head, I do it anyway, but, sometimes just for my own amusement. But to have that dense aura, to be off the clock, I mean, anybody telling you guys anything, I would find, I bet you find it offensive. I mean, but most manifestors are just beaten into oblivion. They're totally beaten down. They're imploded. Generators are running around trying to manifest. So are projectors. The best projectors and generators are usually the not self-manifestors. I mean, guys, get it. I mean, I'm not saying any of this is working correctly. I'm giving you 3 or 4 humans out there that might be able to hear me, some tools for you to self-verify, And with the manifestor, dude, who do I impact? How does it work? What's a clean impact? What's the wet noodle, sloppy, I'm trying to be nice impact? Okay? I mean, what is the difference? And how do you verify that for yourself? It ain't by looking at your chart. Sure, you can see what's there. You can see what fixed life forces are there. But it's really by starting to see the impact you bring on those people around you that's going to be the truly revealing piece of this, okay? And it's enough, I know so much in human design, so much weight is put on authority. And it's not that I'm at all suggesting that it's not super important, but if I only, again, first of all, if I only had one mechanic, emotional or not, if I only had one other mechanic, it's like, okay, verify that this is actually true. Don't just take the chart and accept it. How does it work? How's it worked your whole life? Have people been trying to control you? Have they been trying to whatever? And all you guys are looking for is peace. Peace, man. Leave me alone. Get out of my fucking bubble. It's pretty simple, Let me be. I mean, manifestors are really designed to be an unstoppable force. I mean, again, this is like the stick of dynamite in the dam. Boom, they blow a little hole there. And slowly the water starts to, run through. These would be the generators. Pretty soon the whole dam comes down, and then we need some river guides. That'd be the projectors. And then who's going to measure the water? Well, in theory, that'd be the reflectors if they're not washed away in the flood. Those poor guys, I'll get to it in a second. But all of you, dude, now all these 3 types I want to be very clear about. You have something very different. You have life force. Those are the channels, what we call channels or life force in your design. It is life force. You can verify. Oh, that's what a clean manifestation of that means. Oh, that's what it means to kick a door open and step the fuck back. Manifestors live under this illusion that they're supposed to be, keep doing and doing and doing, just like the generators. And unfortunately, they do have some energy. Manifestors don't need the other to move, but they're still waiting. Okay? Projectors, yeah, we're waiting for invitations. I mean, even that is so distorted that I'm afraid to say those words. I mean, I need you to understand what that means. Generators waiting to respond. I need you to discover what is response for you. What is regeneration for you? Manifestors, it's like, wow, this is happening. It almost feels like an obligation to many of them. Okay? Like, oh, fuck, this is happening to me. Get out of my way. And they initiate their own movement. They will also find out that they is also the gods, the programs, the planets, what's going on in the neutrino star field. Again, manifestors have a much deeper relationship to the planets, and these were the leaders. And there might be this, kind of a hangover feeling that, that you fuckers were all my slaves. What's going on? But that's the time that's come and gone, guys. So, and you definitely don't start trying to tell manifestors what to do. Okay. It's tough, guys. It's tough because it's not human. It's not the homogenized human species that we're talking about. It's not the nice belief systems that you guys are all dragging around with you like a cart of crap, okay? It's differentiation. It's the last 3 or 4% of you that makes you different than any other human on the planet. And it's really, when Ra would say things like love yourself, I mean, he got over choiceless because everybody got so upset with him. I'm not. I do get it, I get what witness presence is. It's scary. It's dark. But are you going to be able to live it? Are you going to really be able to live differentiation? I mean, that's what we're here to talk about, right? I mean, first of all, can you even accept that, you're not doing any of this? It's all happening to you. I don't even pretend that I have a choice about being here today, guys. I don't. And for the manifestors, which have been, ruling the world for 60 or 70,000 years, to be all of a sudden, put out to pasture in a sense, I mean, they're just looking for peace, man. Just leave me the fuck alone. And those of you that get a little further into this, if you start to see a relationship between you and the gods, as they're called, the planets, whatever, the solar system, the program, good for you. But then we get to the reflector. And like I joked, I could talk about the projector being alien. We have no life force. I mean, we don't have the generator life force, that's for sure. I mean, we definitely have our superpowers, and mine specifically is to be able to grab life force. Well, what do these guys have? No life force. No fixed life force. Their relationship to the moon is more important than the imprinting of their sun Earth. How the fuck is that? It's still 70% of the neutrino field. I mean, these characters, and again, I'm not talking about the reflectors that have crawled themselves to human design or found their way here, that are looking. I mean, you guys really are here to be the signpost of a community, but in essence, that would also mean you're designed to come into, you got every center open. You've got a sampling aura. You're picking up little bits and pieces of everybody. You're here to be homogenized. I mean, for the reflector to come in and know this, this deep, deep sense of disappointment of the human species, and then be waiting out some lunar pattern like an orbiting satellite, once a month to give it some blip on what may or may not be a healthy direction, or who in the program might even have a chance. I mean, to have a reflector arrive at that level of awareness, I mean, guys, we'll see. I know the passenger consciousness is the same. I know that you can get to a place of knowing you're not doing it. I do see that. I've helped a lot of reflectors with that part. But following the program, not following the program, you're going to be, I mean, place is obviously going to be the big thing for you guys. I mean, what else is there? I mean, you got to be in the right place so you're taking in the right field of information that, and I'm saying as a species, the reflector would, absolutely be the most conditioned. It's got every center open. Okay? But the wisdom, the wisdom of the open centers, I mean, yeah, we spend the first 7 to 10 years trying to beat the openness out of you, but there's wisdom there. So, is it a wisdom with the program? Is it a wisdom with the human species? I really don't know enough reflectors that have been in this long enough, or that I trust enough, or that see me in a way that I can help you verify any of this. What I can help you with is the passenger consciousness. That part I'm really good with. The helping you see that you're not doing it. But, some people, the whole watching the lunar thing, it's a very important thing for them. It works. And they verified that. Other people, it just fucks them all up. They verified that. So I don't have a specific way for any of you about any of this. And I'm really, trying to deeply, deeply get across to you that if you don't verify all this for yourself, you're just wasting our time here, or you're wasting your time. I mean, my time is, I'm just doing what I love. I'm under no illusion that anyone's going to get much of this, So reflectors, yeah, deeply tuned to the program. I mean, yeah, are they glitter balls or are they basketballs? I mean, most reflectors look much more like basketballs to me. I mean, they're just bouncing all over the place and God knows what they're doing. Totally homogenized. The program telling them to think this day, that the next day. I mean, that's got to be confusing, dude. It's hard for me too. I can't grab you like all the other types where I can just go, here, boom, 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 Johnny style. I mean, it's just my teaching style. And if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you don't. But with you guys, it's like totally slippery. I mean, the manifestor's one thing, but they got life force. Understand, reflectors have no fixed life force. They're dealing with a lunar pattern like a little orbiting Sputnik, or, well, the kids probably don't even know what Sputnik is. It was the first satellite. You fucking millennials. It was the first satellite launched by Russia. That's probably not even common knowledge anymore. I mean, shit that we take for granted is probably not even common knowledge. It's like you got a little Sputnik up there trying to give you, one little glance of the planet at a time. The old satellites didn't see the whole planet and blah, blah, blah. It was just a little blip on the radar. But that would be a strange operational frequency, man. But dude, if I could get in your bubble and fly it, I'm sure I could get it from here. Because I don't think I'm doing this, so I don't think I would be doing that either. I mean, it would be more confusing to start over, but I'm down for a good challenge. I mean, kill me now, send me back as a reflector. We'll see what happens. Just to see what's healthy for them. I mean, I get, they ask me, what should I do? I was like, shit, I don't know. Just go run away and be in nature for a while. Just try to decompress from all this stuff. But I mean, that's just me thinking I might know what would be good for you. But to me, to reflect on this really passenger consciousness, the few I have, it's very interesting. They're interesting creatures. They have a calmness about them that no other type has. Yeah, it's interesting, and I know reflectors aren't given their due often, so I'm trying to give a little bit and try to really give you guys just a little perspective of how different these types are. Okay, we're just in the process of self-verification, guys. It begins with aura. I'm going to go deeply into all this, all these centers, all the four views, all the this and that. I'm just opening the door here that you're not listening to somebody else tell you what the hell your human design is, okay? All of it begins with your self-verification. Manifestor, how do I impact others? How? It's like the manifestor here, building the studio, and the gates open. Now the generators are flooding in, and John's hanging on by the edge of it. Here we go, okay? Generators waiting to respond. What does response mean to you? I have heard so many stupid things. Anybody that thinks anything is any way one way is basically just saying they know nothing about any of this. I've sat in a room of generators and watched, well, 3 out of 20 it works that way, but these other 17 it doesn't work, and they're just being homogenized yet a different way. I mean, sacrals work differently. But that sacral energy is life force, and it's like, who am I? What is my energy? What does my energy respond to that's healthy to me? What's my deal? Your energy's your deal. Young surfer kid, I mean, the other day, and he tried to ask me about being a projector, and I was just, don't worry about my trip. It was really funny. Your deal is your energy. It was really funny because I was still in teaching mode. I had just come and I had gone to the beach park, and I hadn't taken off my teacher hat yet. And I was just like, rah! Don't worry about a fucking projector. You figure out your trip. Your trip is your energy. Hope you watch it. Love you, bro. Projectors wait for an invitation. Okay, what the fuck does that mean? Really, guys, really? I want to tear that word up. You see that people actually believe what they think. Start there. And then you see that what they think is their problem isn't them. You can see that. And when you're really invited, there will be a frequency of animation. It'll be almost like the lights have been turned on for you. And it really is, who the fuck is this other person? And are they healthy for me? Do I want them around me? And guys, you're eating their energy. So if it ain't good energy, you do not want it. And I know projectors, more than any other type, are needy, whiny little bitches. I'm very aware of it. I've been through my teething stages myself, okay? I'm trying to quit whining as much, but I believe it's a birthright. I think it's a birthright of the projector. We're only a couple of 100 years old. All these other idiots, 60, 70,000. So. And then the reflector, you're just waiting your lunar cycle. You're waiting for the moon to give you some little blip on a radar somewhere. Yeah, when one of you really figures that out, I'd love to talk to you. Those who have reported to know the most have seemed to me to know the least, but what the fuck do I know? I'm a projector. I'm here to help basically everybody else. But it's funny because reflectors are really looking for an awe or surprise, something different in the matrix, differentiated. And dude, if I'm not differentiated, I don't know who is, So they are attracted to me. I tell them the truth, and they still want me to help them. So, it's not like I'll turn you away. It's just, I want to be honest. My main ability to grab life force and hold it where you can't move. It's very martial what my design does. Again, this is a projector verifying for itself. These are the way my animation frequencies work. Boom. And then I hold your mind off balance. But this is the 4 illusions and how to begin to relax in your bubble. And even to start to think that you're in charge of any of this is the beginning of the sentence suffering. I mean, if there's a choice, it's how much you're going to suffer in this journey or not, okay? And I'm not even sure that's a choice because I suffered plenty. I still suffer. The thing wakes up. It's nervous about what I'm going to say today. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I never do. And those that are offended, good, go away, go talk to your gurus or get your teddy bears or your blankies or whatever, because you're not for me. I'm here to survive and share. This is the real deal, guys. This is what passenger consciousness looks like. This is what not caring what happens next looks like. And being able to sit for years and do nothing and then be carried again by another set of waves, okay? And yes, I've been lucky because since the time I began, it's been energy moving at me. I wasn't running around trying to get energy. And I see projectors doing that. It's so hard for me. But I'm sorry, I'm having my moment with the projectors because I have a soft spot for them. And I'm getting tears even talking about it because I see how fucked up you guys are. And so was I. And God, if I can help you, just call. But I'm not going to be dealing with your bullshit. None of your bullshit. Okay? You're either going to sit down and shut up and get to understand you ain't doing any of this. Everything that you think is your problem, that's the problem. And I need you to self-verify all of this. Anything I say is just bullshit too. The only thing I can really help you do is tune into your specific radio frequency, exactly how it works for you. And that can't be repeated for the next person. Yeah! You can smile. All right, and this was what I wanted to call the whole presentation. You stay in your bubble, I'll stay in mine. Okay? I know the human mind wants more. It is so amazing to me to watch how many problems the human mind can create for itself. And then at the same time, it wants more. More people, more love, more sex, more money, more power, more whatever. I mean, we have the gift and the curse of living in a first world society. I assume if you have a computer and listen to this broadcast, you at least have enough money to buy a cell phone. Okay? Guys, I think we got too much time on our fucking hands. I mean, we're creating problems that don't even exist. I mean, it's hilarious what your mind will come up with. And that nobody has actually gone, look, guys, here's what's happening. You're flying through space. You're not in charge of it. I'm not saying anything that has not been said by Allah, Buddha, Jesus, who the fuck ever, Guru, Wami, Salami, every major guy on the planet that's ever had anything worth listening to has ended in the same place. You ain't doing it. I'm asking you to verify that that's true. The mechanics of human design are an awareness tool. They ain't going to give you anything. They ain't going to get you anything. And the second your mind goes and thinks that you're doing something with your design, you're off frequency. So get the fuck out of my bubble. Because it's distortion and I will not take it. It's poisonous to me. And I need all of you. I'm inviting all of you. I don't need anything from any of you. I'm inviting all of you to have that same sort of whatever that warrior spirit is, whatever the right terminology for you is. You know, this is a hero's journey, man. You're going to be a different human in a homogenized world. I guarantee most people aren't going to like it. But you're going to love it. And the people that are right for you are going to come to you. And it's something that I deal with a lot of human design teachers who are like, man, your success rate is just fucking overwhelming. And I was like, yeah, it's because I don't deal with idiots. Period. And you got to trust that that's what's happening. Every one of you that's using your mind to try to figure out what you think you want or solve your problem or work on what the fuck ever, you're just clogging up your bubble with more bullshit. Slowly but surely, you can start to see all this. It melts. But really, man, until that point in time, I mean, the only thing that I could say that is any sort of a generalization is, yeah, it's nice to be in your own bubble. It's nice to figure out, oh, here's my own energetic frequency. This is what it feels like. Yeah, my mind's crazy, but John told me that, you know. So is everybody else's. And, you know, I just need you to become aware of it. Especially as projectors, it's going to be a superpower. I mean, you got to see everybody else's bullshit way before you're going to see yours. I mean, at least the generators are, you've been given the gift of seeing your own bullshit first. Okay. I mean, it's really cool. You do something wrong, you get frustrated. Yeah. I mean, and if you're going to blame anybody about the planet, blame the damn generators. I do. So it's okay. They do make up 70% of the planet, you know. But they've got this open, they are the life force, guys. It's their planet. The rest of us, dude, we're just playing a role. And if you find out that your bubble works different than anything that I say, then screw what I said too. You have no idea how many teachers I've had to screw what you think too. Your only assignment here ever with John is kill the fucking teacher. Okay? What do you think we mean by be your own authority? To stand as a differentiated, self-empowered human. To be the arbiter of your own life. To be the captain of your own fate. And it's such a trip because, you know, it sounds like there's all this like go to battle stations, and it's really much more like fucking lower your shields and surrender. And if it hurts, you take a look at it. You look. It hurts. Why? Something deep in you is fucked up. Slowly but surely, it'll start to melt. It'll lose its power. All those things that are triggering you, they'll go away. You know, I still have a fit about 12 times a day, so don't worry about it. I just don't pay much attention, and it goes pretty damn quickly. One last little piece of acid trip I'd like to give you is this. The light, the color, the sound, the illusion that you exist separate from all other things. Dude, you're making it all up. The human brain is only taking in something like 1/1,000,000th of the neutrino field. It's making up the light, the sound, the color, the illusion that you're separate than me, that this desk exists, that this computer works. I mean, guys, if you don't get that this thing is all an illusion, and that if anybody that had attained the state of enlightenment wouldn't have called it that. They might have called it endarkenment because there's nothing there. But to even start to grasp that we're taking in 1/1,000,000th of what's going on around here, man. And there's nothing human design can help you with except to relax in your own bubble. So you stay in your bubble and I'll stay in mine. And of course, if anybody wants me, dude, yeah, that's our big sales pitch. You know, you come get us. we were going to put that in the newsletter. We have nothing for sale. You want us, come get us. Aloha.